بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Respected listeners, in the Kitab Ihya wa Ulumuddin, Imam Ghazali rahimahullah records an incident on the authority of the famous muhaddith Hammad bin Salama rahimahullah. He says a man once went out to the slave market to purchase a slave to aid and assist him to carry out his tasks and his work at home. He comes up to the slave market. He sees a slave on sale. The slave fits the description that he needs. He's strong. He seems trustworthy. When he goes up to purchase the slave, the owner tells him that the slave is a brilliant worker, but he's got one bad habit, that he tends to carry tales. The purchaser thinks to himself, if I'm aware from the beginning that this person carries tales, all I'll do is, I'll be careful not to listen to his stories. He purchases the slave, brings him home. The slave works brilliantly. He's working hard. He's getting all his tasks accomplished and completed. After a few days, the slave goes up, not to the master, his new master. He goes up to the wife of the master, and he begins telling her that your husband, you don't know what he does during the day, but I'm with him all the time. I noticed that your husband has found another lover. He's got another woman in his life. The wife is obviously affected by such news. Any wife would be affected by such information. But then he tells her that, let me suggest to you something. I've got a method and a way that I can win his love and make it purely only for you. All you're going to have to do is, I'll need you to take a blade, a razor blade, and cut a hair from beneath his face, somewhere near his neck. Cut a hair, just one hair. If I have this one hair that you cut with this blade that I'll give you, then I'll be able to do something with that hair through which his love will be reserved only for you. She's happy. And he fixes the night on which he has to do this. Then he goes up to the husband and he tells him that your wife has ulterior motives. She's involved with another man. She has another lover. And she wants you out of her life. She wants to kill you. So the husband dismisses this person, knowing that the man told me previously that this person has a problem with carrying tales. So he said, okay, if you don't believe me, then you watch what's going to happen tonight, because he knew exactly when this is going to take place. Pretend as though you're sleeping and you'll see what's going to take place. So the husband goes to bed as normal, pretends to be asleep. And after some hours, he notices that some part of the night, the woman is coming, his wife is coming with a blade in her hand, and she's coming straight for his neck. He doesn't know that she's coming to take a hair out. He thinks he's coming to kill her. She's coming to kill him. So he disarms her, takes the blade out, and in that frustration and anger, he uses that blade against his own wife, and he kills her. When the family of the wife come to know of what had transpired, they had taken action against the husband, and he was killed, he was murdered. The person who was walking away with a smile on his face, with his hands in his pocket, was the slave who created problems between husband and wife. All it was one statement to the wife, one statement to the husband, and everything, the entire marriage that was probably running harmoniously for many years, was all ended up just as a result of two statements. The lesson we learn from this is that in life there will be people who will be bringing information to us. Very important is how we handle the information, and not just to go with the suspicions that people are planting in our minds. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam made it so clear. In the narration of Bayhaqi, Imam Bayhaqi rahimahullah has recorded this hadith, that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Inna Allah harrama min al-muslimi damahu wa malahu wa an yudhanna bihi dhannu su'i. Allah has made haram on every Muslim. It's haram for you to shed his blood. It's haram for you to interfere with his wealth and his property. It's also haram for you to think bad about another Muslim. Once one thought sits in your head and you don't react to that thought correctly, then that thought can cause so many more problems. Mutanabbi, a famous poet, has mentioned so beautifully, إِذَا سَاءَ فِعْلُ الْمَرْءِ سَاءَتْ ذُنُونُهُ وَصَدَّقَ مَا يَعْتَادُهُ مِنْ تَوَهُّمِهِ وعاد محبيه بقول عداته فأصبح في شك من الليل مظلم. When a man responds towards what people tell him is incorrect, then the first thing that goes is he begins having doubts and suspicions about others. And whatever suspicions he initially had, he regards that to be absolutely truthful because I had it in my mind, but this man is saying the same thing. And as a result of the thoughts in his head, once upon a time, himself and others were living with so much of love, unity and muhabbat. But now he begins showing enmity to the people he once loved because of the statements of others who hate the people that he loves. And as a result of this, he falls into doubts and suspicions, and he falls into such darkness. It's as though he's permanently in a dark night, despite all the brightness and despite the light all around him. He doesn't take benefit from the light. He's always in darkness and worry and suspicion. The important thing is always to dismiss these doubts. When these things come, we tell ourselves, simple, this man may have brought this information to me. Why he's saying it? What's his motive? Has he researched it? No. All I got to do is dismiss these doubts, not pay attention to it, because as a result of one person's statement, a long relationship that was so good for many years may be terminated just through one statement. May Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala guard us against these thoughts. Allah instructs us in Quran, "Ijtanibu kathiran min adh-dhann." Be careful of these thoughts and suspicions, because some thoughts may be right, but a lot of these thoughts are full of sin and haram. So we guard ourselves against this. May Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala strengthen our minds, give us the ability not to pay attention to these suspicions, and keep the relationships that we have and are harmonious. Allah keep it in that way and save these relationships from being broken. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.